Daddy said that rig's too big for hands as small as yours. I said, watch me turn this key and roll through open doors. 21 and stubborn, signed my name in ink. Now I'm hauling steel through Michigan, faster than they think. They still stare at truck stops like I don't belong. I'm the queen of the overdrive, ruling every mile. Got a CV full of stories and a hard-earned smile. This highway is my kingdom, these white lines my throne. Queen of the overdrive, and I built it on my own. Single mom in Arkansas, counting every dime. Little girl with braids at home, waiting on FaceTime. She tells her class at school, my mama drives the night. It makes every uphill climb feel a little light. Yeah, I miss those bedtime prayers, tucking her in tight. I'm the queen of the overdrive, ruling every mile. Got a CV full of stories and a hard-earned smile. This highway is my kingdom, these white lines my throne. Queen of the overdrive, but her heart's back home. Last week she sent a drawing of a truck and two-stick girl. Said, when I grow up, mama, we'll both see the world. That picture's on my dashboard, right beside my pay. Reminds me why I'm rolling through another state. Strong ain't loud or flashy, it's steady every day. I'm the queen of the overdrive, ruling every mile, fighting storms and doubters with that stubborn smile. This highway is my kingdom, but love's my guiding star. Queen of the overdrive, no matter where we are. Engines hum like lullabies under midnight skies. Every mile I sacrifice is building her life. I'm the queen of the overdrive, but someday I'll slow down, park this rig for good on the edge of town. Till then, these wheels keep turning for the future in her eyes. Queen of the overdrive, under endless skies. Breaker 1-9. Mama's rolling home.
Pulled into Missouri 2 days ahead of time. I thought I'd surprise her across that county line. Left the rig at the depot, took a cab across town. Found her car parked sideways at a place called Cedar Crown. Room 214, door cracked with a light. It's diesel and that motel room burned into my mind. Chrome can't hide the truth, you're scared to find. I drove 1,000 highways, but never saw the sign. It's diesel and that motel room and a love I left behind. tried denying, just stared down at the floor. Said, you're married to that highway, I can't fight it anymore. Said the nights were growing longer with no one by her side, and loneliness is louder than 18 wheels at night. I wanted to be angry, but the truth was in her tears. Oh, diesel in that motel room burned into my mind. Freedom's got a price, and now I know mine. I chased every horizon, left her standing blind. It's diesel in that motel room and the love I left behind. 3 months since that evening, still hauling coast to coast. But every empty truck stop feels like her ghost. Got her picture on the dash, wedding ring in the tray. Some roads don't forgive you for driving love away. This cab gets mighty quiet when the radio fades low. It's diesel in that motel room playing on repeat. Every mile's a memory riding in the sea. Thought this road was freedom, turns out it's just cold steel. It's diesel in that motel room and wounds that never heal. Pulled into a chapel in a town I can't pronounce. Sat there with my hat off, let the silence talk me down. Some preacher said forgiveness starts with owning wrong. So I called her from Wyoming for the first time in too long. It was diesel in that motel room that tore my whole world down. But I'm turning this rig eastbound back toward our town. If there's still a chance at mercy, I won't cross that line. No more diesel over love, this time I choose mine. Engines running soft, heading home tonight. Heading home tonight.
Met him at the counter near the pie display. Said he hauled to Idaho. I said Birmingham way. Two strangers sharing coffee at 2:30 a.m. He laughed and said this highway ain't kind of fools or men. something in his tired eyes. Felt like a home to me. It's midnight coffee at the Flying J. Headlights in the rain. Love don't always fit inside a passing lane. We tried to map forever across state lines and pain. Midnight coffee at the Flying J, and goodbye came just the same. We meet up every few months when our routes align. 36 sweet hours before we'd fall behind. Talked about a small house somewhere off the road, but dreams get heavy when you're hauling loads. He said next year I'll slow down, but next year never came. It's midnight coffee at the Flying J. Promises and steam. Loving someone passing through ain't easy as it seems. We held on like truckers to a worn out chain. Midnight coffee at the Flying J, and goodbye came just the same. Last time that I saw him, snow was falling down. He said Montana's calling, big contract out of town. He kissed me in that parking lot under neon light. Said if I don't make it back, just know you were my ride. Spring came without him. Phone stayed silent still. It's midnight coffee at the Flying J. Now I sit alone. Same cracked vinyl counter, same jukebox tone. Some loves burn bright, but don't remain. Midnight coffee at the Flying J still whispers his name. Heard from another driver, black eyes took him west. Somewhere in the mountains he finally came to rest. Now every time I pass that stop, I order what we knew. Two black coffees like he's coming through. It's midnight coffee at the Flying J, but heaven's got his lane somewhere past the Rockies beyond the rain. If there's a road to glory with no more pain, he's hauling freight for angels now, and I'll see him again. Midnight coffee cooling under truck stoplights. There's a water tower leaning, painted blue and white. Main Street's got that diner lit up every night. Chevy trucks in parking lots, tailgates dropping down. Everybody gathers when the sun goes down. We may not be famous, but we don't need the fame. We make our own excitement, and everyone knows our names. It's Friday night in a small town, stars shining loud. Everybody's somebody in that Friday night crowd. Bonfire sparks and radio hearts beating proud and strong. Friday night in a small town is the football fun. Half of us will leave here chasing city lights, but we all come running when we hear those Friday nights. You can take the girl away, but you can't take the ground. The streets and fields remind us where our roots are found. It's Friday night in a small town, stars shining loud. Everybody's somebody in that Friday night crowd. Bonfire sparks and radio, hearts beating proud and strong. Friday night in a small town is where we belong. Now I sing in Nashville under neon glow, but every fall in September I find my way home. Back to wooden bleachers and the marching band sound, where I first believed in this sacred ground. Some roots grow deeper than any spotlight beam. No matter how far I wander, this is where I dream. It's Friday night in a small town, stars shining loud. Everybody's somebody in that Friday night crowd. Bonfire sparks and radio, hearts beating proud and strong. Friday night in a small town is where we belong. It's not about the scoreboard or the final game. It's knowing who you are and remembering your name. Every laugh and memory, every friend we've made keeps us coming back to where we first played. It's Friday night in a small town, stars shining proud. No matter where I wander, I hear that crowd. Red dirt memories calling me back down. Friday night in a small town, that's where I'm found. Friday night, Friday night, where I'm
Daddy bought that Chevy back in '79, faded red and rusted, but that truck ran fine. First trip was to Yellowstone, snow against the sky. He said, son, this country's big, don't let your dreams run dry. Every mile we traveled was a lesson on the road. Every hand we shook had a story to be told. This old Chevy knows every mile we drove, from Yellowstone snow to the Gulf Coast glow. Windows down, AM radio playing Merle and Jones. This old Chevy knows how a boy becomes grown. We saw the Grand Canyon, drove along Route 66, camped out by the roadside, learning how to fix. I slammed doors at 17, said I'd leave this place. He just smiled and tossed the keys, said find your own pace. Freedom smells like gasoline and a little bit of pride. The stories we were living in that Chevy side by side. This old Chevy knows every mile we drove, from Yellowstone snow to the Gulf Coast glow. Windows down, AM radio playing Merle and Jones. beside me feels too quiet on the road. Every bend and highway reminds me of his code. This old Chevy knows every mile we drove, from Yellowstone snow to the Gulf Coast glow. Windows down, AM radio playing Merle and Jones. This old Chevy knows how a boy becomes a grown. My boy climbed up beside me, just turned 8 last May. Said, Dad, where we headed? I said, west someday. Passing down the legacy through the stories and the songs. The old truck carries on even after he's gone. This old Chevy knows it's not just metal and wheels. It's laughter, tears, and memories, and the way it feels from father down to son. The love it shows. This old Chevy knows how a family grows. The engine hums softly. This old Chevy knows every mile we drove, it always knows.